Well, a new UN report says climate-related disasters are happening, as Jennifer was saying, much more frequently. Turkey saw deadly floods, if you remember, last month, as did several countries in Western Europe in July. China also had deadly floods, including the famous pictures, of course, of subways underwater. And the UN says the early warning systems have helped make weather catastrophes less deadly over the last century. Their economic toll, however, has grown sevenfold since the 1970s. New York Senator Chuck Schumer says more spending on infrastructure is the answer. Take a listen.
Global warming is upon us. When you get 2 record rainfalls in a week, it's not just coincidence. When you get all the changes that we have seen in weather, that's not a coincidence. Global warming is upon us, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse unless we do something about it. Woe is us if we don't recognize these changes are due to climate change. Woe is us if we don't do something about it quickly, both in building resilient infrastructure and going to clean power.
Well, Christine Todd Whitman is the former governor of New Jersey. She served as the head of the Environmental Protection Agency under George W. Bush. Christine, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us on the show. I really wanted to get your thoughts and your assessment, really, of what you're seeing and the images we're seeing today. Flooded streets, businesses and home destroyed, 23 lives lost. As you look at these images that we're seeing, and it may take some time to get a clearer picture, of course, as the water recedes, how long do you think it will take, the cleanup operation, the rescue operation?
Oh, it's going to take quite a while. I mean, the rescue operation should be completed fairly quickly now, but the restoration, I have friends down in Lambertville, New Jersey, where they're on the Delaware River, but it wasn't the Delaware River. It was a flash flood that moved their 2 cars. They walked outside, they were gone. Flooded their basement to the ceiling and went in a foot into their first floor. Now, the problem is they had sump pumps, things were going, but this was a flash flood. They're going to have to wait for everything to drain and then get after the mold, which is going to be a big problem for everyone who had this flooding. Mold is an issue. Obviously, the damage to whatever was flooded is an enormous issue. I presume both those cars are no good anymore when you get that kind of flooding. I mean, those are huge expenses for people, not to mention, of course, the loss of life. And when you look at what's happened in our cities, because you have impervious road cover, that makes it harder for the water to drain. The storm sewers are not capable of taking it all and getting it down when you have that fast a rainfall. And, you know, I heard your weather forecaster saying, well, it came so fast. I want to tell you, I was sitting here in the farm and it went on for quite a while. I've never seen or heard rain like that.
And in many ways, we knew Ida's presence was around. I'm guessing, as Jennifer, our weather forecaster, was saying, we just didn't know the intensity and really the path it was going to take. But I'm guessing you heard as well the governor of New York. She basically said, you know, we need to foresee these in advance. We need investment. We need infrastructure. Putting aside the climate change aspect and the policy, which we'll get to in just a minute, what more can be done from an infrastructure point of view, from an investment point of view?
Well, we need to take a look at all those places that were flooded to see what we need to do for rebuilding houses. We can't just keep rebuilding our cities and our towns exactly the same way they were once they've been flooded. We have to understand what the damage was and say, do we need to require them to raise up? Do we need them to move back from where they are located? We need to look at our storm sewer and sanitary sewer situation, because that's another really unattractive part of what happens when those things overflow. You get a lot of nasty stuff in the water. So that's a big problem. We need to look at what happens. I mean, I can remember before Superstorm Sandy, my husband, who had been raised in New York City, he wasn't here for it, but he said, subways never flood. Well, if you looked at those pictures, well, first of all, they did during Sandy, but if you looked at those pictures from last night, it was extraordinary. And you had people stuck in the subways. There were people stuck on Route 78 until this morning, overnight. We have to look at drainage. We have to look at how we rebuild and what we rebuild, and we need to take it seriously now.
And really, in many ways, foreseeing this in advance. I know Ida's path was not on this route, but actually, perhaps that's what we need to be looking at a bigger picture. Should it come this way, do we have, like you said, Christine, the system in place should it hit us?
Well, we obviously need to do a better job with the fact that these climate the way climate change is affecting things, things are happening so quickly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during the previous administration to this one, the funds for NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Air Administration, or within the Department of Interior, NOAA lost money, and so they don't have as many of their satellites or their forward stations as they had before. We need to put more money in that so that NOAA is better able to give a read to people. But I mean, it's just extraordinary to think this wasn't even a tropical storm by the time it got up here, and yet look at the damage it did.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Christine, I was reading that, you were governor during Hurricane Floyd. I think that was in 1999. Something like 6 people killed. But what we're hearing now from climate experts is that this is happening more frequently. I mean, one governor was basically saying he's faced so many climate crises just in the time he's been governor.
Oh yes, I mean, the last 2 weeks we've had 2 hurricanes that have affected this area right now. In the last 2 weeks, 2 weekends in a row. I mean, 2 end of weeks in a row. The 100-year floods are now every other year. We have to understand that. And I do believe people do. And I think they're taking it seriously now, and they are starting to believe, and the polls say that they believe that humans have a role to play here and that we can help to try to mitigate this.
I suspect, Christine, that perhaps this puts more pressure on the infrastructure bill to be pushed through.
Right. And the president certainly brought that up in his press conference today. And that makes sense. I think it will. I hope it does, because again, you can't keep pushing this off. It's not partisan. These storms do not care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whether you're black, white, brown, doesn't matter. It'll take anybody and everybody in its path. And we need to be cognizant of that and put aside this partisan politicking that's going on in Washington right now, and pass a bill and get things started. Start to get that money out so the cities and the towns and the states can start to rebuild in the right way.
Christine Todd Whitman, the former governor of New Jersey. Thanks very much, Christine. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.